Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel where today we're doing Mock Draft Monday, but we're doing it on a Tuesday today. As this past weekend, me and my wife went on our first anniversary trip down to Charleston, South Carolina. Didn't get back till late last night, so wasn't able to get a mock draft out for you guys. But we're doing it here today. Now, the PFF Mock Draft Simulator has been updated since the last one we've done it. Updated on April 6th. So PFF moved around a lot of prospects here, some of which is early for what I thought they were going to be earlier in the draft process, but it still be interesting nonetheless. Let's go ahead and enter the draft. Is a full 7-round Green Bay Packers mock. And if you like the content, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I love hearing from all of you. What do you guys think? So let's go ahead and enter the draft. So we go ahead and start here. And there is a lot of prospects here. There's Luther Burden, who we've talked about links here, but he's been falling down a lot of people's boards because of character issues. Josh Simmons, who had a top 30 visit with the Green Bay. Is also here. We got James Pierce Jr., who have I talked about as well, who I think could be a potential option, but also, like Luther Burden, has character concerns. But another guy who has been catching a lot of Packers fans' interest and who just had a visit with the Green Bay Packers as well is Emeka Egbuka. A lot of people think he is a slot guy. That is not the case. He is a very talented receiver from a very good receiver school with a lot of guys from Ohio State really having good NFL careers. He can play everywhere. He is 6'1", 205, high floor, versatile, savvy receiver, borderline 1-2, kind of guy we need. He has 79.5 grade last year, had 3 really good years, had 1,000 yards in 2022, 1,000 yards in 2024, 10 touchdowns last year, 82.4% receive grade, and 2.51 yards per route run. It's almost 60% contested catch rates, which is good. Good grade against man coverage. About average drop rate, so he does have some drop issues, but he's a very talented player as well. And overall is a very good receiver. So I think here, instead of going like Luther Burden or James Pierce, who I've been doing the past like 5 mock drafts, I'm going to go with Emeka Egbuka. The Packers seem to have shown interest in him. I think he'd be a very good receiver for this Packers offense as well. Let's go and take Egbuka here at pick number 23. Then we go down to round number 2. And the problem is there's not many edge rushers left. But there are 2 players here at pick 54 that I am looking into because we need some defensive help. Either between cornerback or edge. Benjamin Morrison was early on in the draft process projected to be a top 15 pick. Has fallen down. Did have only played 6 games due to injury, but had a good season last year. 2023 he was really good. Had 3 interceptions, a 60.8 pass rating against, and 2022 29.2 pass rating against, 6 interceptions. Decent coverage grade, decent zone and man, good run defense. Is mainly a pure corner, not really much versatility. He's an outside of boundary guy. 6 foot nothing. Smart, smooth man coverage corner. Did have hip surgery last year, so that could be interesting. But he can be an outside corner in almost any system. So, but not a really great run defender, so that's an option there we could take. But there's also JT Tuimoloau out of Ohio State. A decently productive edge rusher last year, but a really, really good run defender at the edge position. A good run stop rate, not about 12.1% pass rush win rate. He's more of a guy who finishes like broken plays and stuff like that. Good floor for edge rusher and 4-3 defensive front, so he'll fit in nicely for the Packers. Averaged quite a few cleanout sacks, but he improved last year. Good DT prospect, good spot starting rotational floor out of him. So he'll be a very, very good run defender on early downs. Spell some guys here. Spell some guys from the pass rushing there. So it's either between him or Benjamin Morrison. I think Morrison would be a good corner for us, but the more pressing need is to get an edge rusher here. But JT is just not the high floor, high ceiling kind of guy we need. So I'm actually going to go here with Benjamin Morrison, the corner out of Notre Dame. I know we need edge. I do, but JT Tuimoloau is just not the high ceiling guy that the Packers need. And Benjamin Morrison does also address another position in need. So go with Benjamin Morrison, the corner out of Notre Dame here at pick 54. So then we go here to pick number 87. And not really much here in terms of edge rushers for the rest of the draft, basically. So that's not great for me. But we could look to add another receiver. There's quite a few here to list. They have Kyle Williams all the way up here at 63 for the PFF ranking here. But I think he's a very good player. I think he's going to rise some mid-rounds drafts. But Jalen Royals is a guy who I absolutely love here for the Packers. Good receiver, good to catch rate, good yards per route run, good possession receiver. He's got the good size for the Packers. Limited athleticism, but he would be a really good like Romeo Doubs type player because we don't know how much Romeo Doubs is going to play this year or his future with the team as well. So I think Jalen Royals here I think is a very good pick. So we'll take him here at pick number 87. And then at pick 124, let's see, is there any edge players here nearby? There is Ahmad Hassan and Antoine Powell-Ryland. Those are two guys I do like here, but there's no option to really trade back. We might have to reach here. I mean, I like Kyle Williams, but we already have two receivers here, Ugbuka and Royals. And there's a pressing need for us to get an edge guy. So there's Ahmed Hassanine out of Boise State. 10 sacks last year on 35 hurries, had 35 pressures the past 2 years. Good pass rush win rate, good run defender, good run stop rate. Effort and physicality point of attack would be favorite NFL coaches, though he lacks elite athletic traits. Ideal rotational edge, so while he works on pass rush toolbox. So day 3 prospect, but could be a very good player for the Packers. There's also Antoine Powell-Ryland, who had a good season these past 2 years out of Virginia Tech, double-digit sack seasons. Not a great run defender, but a really good pass rusher here. Measurables, he's a bit smaller. So more of an outside linebacker type for a 3-4, which is not what the Packers run. So I'm going to take a reach here at round 4 because we do need to add to this edge room. And Ahmed Hassanine, I think, is the guy I'm going to go with here. Fits more of our scheme, bigger body dude that the Packers need, and could develop into a really good player here. I know we need more immediate help. I really do believe that Lucas Van Ness is going to take that leap this year. His year 3 leap, same thing Rashawn Gary did. And I think with that leap from Lucas Van Ness with Rashawn Gary being good again, I think that would be enough. And I think Ahmad Hassanine is a good prospect to pick up here at pick 124. So then we go all the way to pick number 159. There are some options here. None that I really like. Isaac Tisala, how do you not have a single dang drop? That is actually impressive. But doesn't have a lot of stats here. 6'4", 217. Redshirt senior and barely got on the field for 2 years. Not my kind of guy here. But they have him at rank 111. There's Ty Felton out of Maryland, who does look pretty good as well. But the Packers have 2 wide receivers here. A lot of experience, decent height, 6'2", 186. So interesting guy there. But I want to see if I can trade back here. Let's trade back with the Saints. And I want to take pick 248 from them. And just trade back and get some more late round talent here. So pick 184. I was hoping Robert Longerbeam would still be here. But there's still a good amount of talent here. And I'm going to do something that the Packers... Ooh, actually, Tonka Hemingway out of South Carolina. We need a... No, he's not a good run defender. Dang it, that's not what I wanted to see out of him. Also Ty Robinson, but we can get him later on. He's a good run defender here. I think we can get him at pick 198. But something that the Packers have said they wanted to do is draft quarterbacks late and develop them and then trade them like they did in the early 2000s. Kyle McCord is a guy here who had a really good year in 2024. So that's an option for the Packers to do, but I doubt they'll do it because we do still have Malik Willis here at quarterback, so that's not something I think the Packers would do. But there's some offensive line talent here as well. There's Jonah Monheim out of USC. Has a lot of offensive versatility here. I know they signed Aaron Banks in the offseason, but we still don't have like a true center depth. I mean, we have Jacob Monk, but we don't know how the development is going to go here. But Jonah Monheim, after being all set playing center in 2024, he bounced around between right tackle, left tackle, and guard. Has a ton of positional flexibility for the Packers. Had good grades in 2023 and 2022. He's got 6'5", 310. As he gets stronger, he does have a lack of length and stuff here, but it could be a swing tackle for us. Could be a backup guard, backup center. Overall, I think this would be a good guy to have on our team to provide some more offensive line depth. As we saw in the playoffs, that was an issue for the Packers. So if we can get a guy like Jonah Monheim, develop him to be a good backup, so when guys go down, he could just plug into play. I think that's a good idea. So it's going to take Jonah Monheim here, the center out of USC at pick 184. And at pick 198, still a ton of receivers here. 198, I'm going to go with Ty Robinson here at 198. The Packers need to have a run defending big guy at defensive line to replace TJ Slaton. And he looks the part. Had a good 2024. In 13 games, had 6 sacks on 25 hurries, 4 batted passes. Good pass rush rate, good run stop rate, good grades overall. He's 6'6", 310 pounds, so he is a big dude. Like, huge dude. But I think he'd be a good player for the Packers to pick up here in the late rounds to kind of be the TJ Slaton replacement on our defensive line. So here we go, down to pick number 237. Oh, yeah, Rondé Godson went already, so there's a ton of receivers still left here. A guy I've been talking up a lot is Smael Mondon Jr. to be another linebacker, because I do think the Packers might look to add another linebacker late in the draft this year to kind of replace Eric Wilson on special teams. I know we have Tyron Hopper, but it's always good to have another guy in here. And Smael Mondon Jr. had a decent season last year, had 38 tackles, 17 assists, good pass rush, run defense grade, a good missed tackle percent of 5.2 as well. But the major knock on him is his mental understanding of the game is not up to physical traits. Basically the same thing for Quay Walker. Who is a gifted athlete who struggles to understand the actual position of linebacker. Smael Mondon could be a potential Quay Walker replacement here in a few years to give him time to develop. But at minimum, he'd be a good special teamer, because that's what you're looking for here in round 7. Guys who contribute on special teams while they develop their game. So Smael Mondon, I think, is a good player to pick up here at pick 237. Then at 248, I will go here, and let's see here. Yeah, let's go ahead and go with a receiver. There's Konata Mumpfield out of Pitt. Had 2 back-to-back good seasons. Good contested catcher. A bit high of a drop rate, but he's 6'1", 185. Looks to be a decent prospect. It seems like PFF is really high on him. But to pick him here at 7th round, get another receiver in the room, I think is okay. So pick him here at pick 248. And at pick 250, you're going to add another edge rusher here. We're going to go with Ethan Downs out of Oklahoma. Had 2 really solid seasons here. A good, decent pass rush run rate. Not the greatest run stopper in the world. 6'4", 265, so he's got good size to play a 4-3 scheme. I mean, he's been solid at Oklahoma. 7th round flyer on him, I think is okay. So let's go take Ethan Downs here at pick number 250. And so here are what PFF thinks our draft grades are. They gave us an A+ for Emeka Egbuka, and I think it'd be awesome if the Packers get him here in round 1. It would be fantastic. Benjamin Morrison to be another corner here for the Green Bay Packers at 54. Edge rusher was a hard one to find here. There wasn't really anyone left in the 3rd round that had the potential. But Jalen Rose, I think, would be a very good receiver for Green Bay. So I think he was a good pickup in round 3. Round 4, Ahmed Hassanein. A bit early compared to where he's mocking right now. But he's got a decent amount of upside if he adds some strength here. But he's got high energy, high effort. I think that'd be good for the Packers to have. Jonah Monheim, as I explained, I think would be a good backup offensive lineman for the Packers to take here, develop him in a bunch of different positions as well. And then Ty Robinson, I think would be a very good defensive lineman for the Packers to take. Good run defender, good pass rusher, kind of be a TJ Slaton replacement. Smael Mondon Jr., need another linebacker in the room after Eric Wilson left, and could potentially be a Quay Walker replacement in the long run. Konata Mumpfield here in 7th round, just a late round flyer on another receiver, and Ethan Downs, a late round flyer on another edge rusher here. So that is my draft here. My one complaint is I wish I was able to get a good pass rusher, but I think receiver is more of immediate need in round 1. And by the time round 2 went on, I think Benjamin Morrison is a better prospect than JT Tuimoloau out of Ohio State. And by the time round 3 went along, all of them were gone. But this is what the first round looked like here for this mock. So I think Emeka Egbuka would be a fantastic pick for the Packers to take. And if they do, all Green Bay is going to explode because we took a wide receiver in the first round. But that's my mock draft. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, where you agree with me, where you disagree, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.